It's August 13th, 2020, and Amtrak Productions and I are out on CSX's Mohawk sub to see a day of trains. We're at Guy Park in Amsterdam, New York, just east of Amsterdam Station and just west of downtown Amsterdam. More specifically, Guy Park is near Canal Lock 11 on the Erie Canal known as the Mohawk River. First up was Q364 with a trio of CSX GEs, 1 GEVO and 2 AC44s. Q364 is a daily manifest from Avon, Indiana to Selkirk, New York. After Q364, we moved a few miles east to Canal Lock 10 so we could be in a place with better lighting for our train of the day, K634, which is coming up soon. Right before K634 was Q159 with regular power. Q159 is a daily intermodal from Port Newark, New Jersey to Syracuse, New York. Minutes later, K634, the train of the day, came through with a duo of CP units from Chicago. The leader was a GEVO, and the trailing unit, number 7017, was an SD70 ACU rebuilt from SD90 Mac. This specific ACU was one of CP's 10 heritage units, this one sporting the block lettering on the side, opposed to the script lettering. For the next 3 hours, we just chilled and enjoyed the scenery, as there was a lull in train traffic. Lock 10 is a great spot to hang out by the water and watch the occasional boat come through the lock. Right near Lock 10 is the abandoned Adirondack Light and Power Plant, an old steam electric plant. This building is now coming up on its 100th anniversary of being completed, as construction began in 1920 and ended in 1925. Despite being a decently sized building, it only generated power for 25 years, as in 1950 generators were turned off in favor of hydroelectric power. As of now, it stands abandoned as a cool landmark for those traveling on New York 5S. To our east is the Lock 10 Dam, part of the Erie Barge Canal. Boats often come through this lock in order to go upstream or downstream on the Mohawk River. Construction began on this canal in the early 1800s and has been in regular use since, going through a full restoration in 1999. After 3 hours of no action, P284 showed up with the regular Phase 3 P32 leading. 284 is an eastbound Amtrak Empire service from Niagara Falls to New York City. The action quickly picked back up again with a short parade of eastbound trains about to begin. This is Q626, a daily eastbound manifest from Buffalo. Regular power as per usual. Lagging about an hour behind the eastbound parade was Q368 with a solo GEVO up front. Q368 is a daily manifest from Clearing Yard in Chicago to Selkirk. Only 26 cars deep is a DPU. Probably not the most beneficial to have a DPU so shallow in the consist, as the point of a DPU knows a distributive power unit is to evenly distribute the power. I doubt 26 cars into a 100 plus car train is very evenly distributed. That's CSX operations for you, I guess. Only 4 minutes later was Q281, which caught me off guard because the Amtrak live map said it was still 5 miles out. I guess I should have been expecting it to come any minute as it was coming off of the 100 mile per hour zone. Anyways, here's Empire Service 281. I barely had enough time to set up my shop for it. Following 15 minutes behind 281 was Q003, high priority stacks to Chicago. This train had to stop and work Selkirk before heading west because, in addition to its stacks from New Jersey, it also picks up stacks from Massachusetts off Q019. The last train we saw before leaving Lock 10 was Amtrak Lakeshore Limited 48. Today's 48 was led by Phase 3 Heritage Unit number 145 and had ex-New York Central private car number 3 named after Portland, Maine. This car was recently refurbished by the Pan Am Railways, and I saw it dead-heading to Chicago on 449 a week prior. After a quick drive, we wound up at Game Farm Road, the easternmost crossing on the Selkirk subdivision. Here's Q567 making its way through with 2 Gevos and a bunch of empty autoracks bound for Detroit. To keep with the trend of automotive trains, Q212 passed with an SD40-3 second. Q212 is daily loaded autoracks to New Jersey, with cars coming from assembly plants from all around the country. Following Q212 is Q560, an eastbound manifest from Cincinnati. Due to the shortness of this train, it has a solo unit for power. We lucked out with that solo unit and got an increasingly rare YN2 AC44. After a quick lull in the action, Q635 showed up with the regular power. Q635 is a manifest from Selkirk to Columbus, with lots of trash from New York City. Finally, to end off the day, we got Q004, high priority stacks from Chicago. I accidentally tapped my tripod when moving to get a picture of the trailing unit, so enjoy this top tier footage.